The reason why men think that they can come into our lives and just give us little breadcrumbs, you know, little breadcrumbs just to keep us there, just to keep us holding on there. The reason why they know that they can do this is because they know they can get away with it. You allow it. Yeah. Men have gotten to a place where they want to be congratulated for the bare minimum.
What are you talking about, you idiot?
The bar is in hell. Because men want to be congratulated and thanked and praised for doing the bare minimum. Because there are women out here congratulating men for doing the bare minimum. There's women out here accepting scraps. They're accepting this poor behavior.
The reason why is because women pick particular types of men, i.e. Chads and Tyrones.
Silly.
And they will give their bodies to these guys for the bare minimum. Why? Because he's tall. Why? Because he's good looking. Why? Because she knows that other women want that guy.
Women have made it acceptable to men. So men are going off what they're seeing. Because remember, ladies, you have control over who you want to date.
Yeah.
Men don't have the privilege to be choosy like we do. They don't have that.
Well, that's technically not true, because the guys that you probably want to date, Chads and Tyrones and guys with money, they will have options. And those are the guys that are playing women like you.
And even these guys who sit there and say, oh, I'm so picky. No, they're not. No, they're not.
The guys that you like have options. I can guarantee that, because you are the type of woman, you like a guy that's got looks and money, and other women will want that guy, and other women will give themselves to that guy for next to nothing. So he's got options. If you don't want to play his game, somebody else will.
No man is picky. They can't be picky. They have to be given the permission to be picked. They will settle with the woman who lets them come her way. They will settle with the woman who allows them access.
Yes, average guys, the guys that you probably reject, those guys. But the guys that you like, and majority of modern women like, them guys have options, and they will cherry pick whoever they want. And if you don't cooperate, they'll send you back to the streets.
She belongs to the streets.
She is mixing up the experience of Chads and Tyrones with the average man out there. If she was just solely talking about the average man out there and the choices or options he has, then she'd be correct. But I know for a fact that a woman like this will only want to date guys who are 1, wealthy, 2, good looking. So those guys have a monopoly, if you didn't know.
So they have to be picked. Which means when they come your way, ladies, they want to be picked by you.
She's saying this stuff like this is some rocket science she's been doing, and you know, she just read the whole encyclopedia and she learned something new. Yes, women pick, but guess what? Men pick relationships. Something women seek after quite a bit. Women who are winning in terms of dating, relationships, marriage, etc., they don't rant about men and dating on TikTok. It's only usually single, disgruntled women who make these rants.
You've got to think this way, ladies. If you had $10,000, £10,000 for the British girls, £10,000, and you had to go to a party and there was just like a room full of men, and you had that £10,000, but you had to give it to someone that night, who would you give it to? Who is worthy of that £10,000? That's how you have to think. You are that £10,000. Because see, ladies, men are waiting to be picked.
You are that £10,000. Fam, you do realise that there's more women on this planet than there are men. You do realise that, right? You do realise that a lot of men are willing to settle for a woman who is not even the best looking, but more cooperative, someone who's humble, someone who's not as money grabbing and demanding, somebody who's not going to be a headache or a liability. You do realize that, right? You do realize there are a lot of very attractive, very successful women out there who are single. You do realize that, right? There's a reason for that.
Let's be real. We could all be married with kids right now if we wanted to. Let's really be real right now. I'm gonna be so brutally honest with myself here. If we, ladies, if we all wanted to be married, we would be married right now. Let's be real.
Yes, you could get married to a guy, but it's not necessarily going to be the guy you want. Why? Because those guys have the choice, silly.
I can write a book about what you don't know.
And even average guys these days have switched on to the fact that men control marriage and relationships. See, women like you think that, oh yeah, all these average guys are just going to be simps. No, bro. Like, men are switching on. And you're talking about, oh, you lot could all be married if you want. Then why is there so many single, childless women walking around now? Why is there so many older women complaining about their dating life now that they've turned 30, 40 and 50? What are you talking about?
If we really sit down and we look at the hard truth, it's because we're super picky. It's because we're choosy, right? We're choosy. Yeah, we're choosy.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? We're allowed to be choosy.
Yeah, you can be choosy and single. You see, the problem with this girl here, and I know her, she can't really imagine being older. She doesn't realize that one day, all these options that you have will not be there. And your life is going to be different. I do loads of reactions to older women who clearly let us know that dating is different when you're older. The men want to date younger women. See, the problem with Cicana is that she thinks she's going to be this forever. And that's why she's talking so confidently. I'm choosy. We could be married if we wanted to be. Bro, you are in the time where you need to get it done now. If you don't get it done soon, you might run into my boy.
See, they want you to think that they have that privilege, because then you're going to feel inferior to them. And you're going to be like, oh, I want him to pick me. Oh, I really want him to pick me. When really it's the other way around. They have to wait to be picked.
No, there's some guys that actually just go and be passport bros and they go and find their wife overseas. You see, the thing is that you are in the UK, Cicana, and you've been indoctrinated to believe that you deserve worship.
It's a vetting process, and you have got to get good at vetting these men. Otherwise, you are going to be accepting the trash that is in the bottom of the sea.
You just know that everything they're talking about, they've done it in their own life. They've done it in their own life. She's talking from experience, bro.
You know what you want. And if it takes a bit longer, so be it. But you do not accept whatever person comes your way. You do not do that. You do not do a disservice to yourself like that as a woman.
I'm not even saying that women should just go with the first guy that comes along or accept any waste man guy or some stuff like that. But, bruh, if you've got unrealistic dating requirements, or if you're just shooting for the top 10%, 5% man out there, and you're not going to settle for less than that, you're going to be waiting around for a long time. And probably you're going to be waiting your whole life. And then guess who is going to be in your living room sipping tea with you? Anyway, big up Cicana, man. She cool and that. She's just a bit delusional. Make sure you hit the like button, leave a comment, let me know what you think about what you've heard in this little video right here. On the road to 100,000 subscribers, so help me out with that by engaging with the video and the channel. And make sure you go to my website www.letsgonow.shop, where you can get tops like the one I'm wearing right now, hats, t-shirts and etc. Anyway, with that being said, you lot take care of yourselves.